So at this point, we're not in a position to be able to positively identify anyone. But that's what we have at this point. Briefly in Spanish, esta tarde recibimos una llamada de que un familiar descubrió a tres personas fallecidas dentro de esta casa residencial. Parece ser que son adolescentes, tal vez las dos chavas son entre las edades de aproximadamente 17 años y un adolescente tal vez de 15 años, pero no estamos muy seguros. Parece ser que las dos personas fueron asesinadas y tal vez la otra persona se suicidió aquí en la escena. Es lo que tenemos en este momento. Estamos en las primeras etapas de la investigación y no tenemos más detalles en este momento. Any immediate questions?
Sheriff, you said that three of them, that a family member had come home to find these three bodies. How many of those bodies and who lived in this? Did they live in this home? Were they family members? All of them?
We don't know the full connection at this point. Again, it's still all very preliminary. We know a family member was trying to locate someone. They came to the location. They didn't get a response. I'm not sure, Lieutenant or Captain, you know if they forced entry? Or,
They did not.
okay. They gained entry into the home, or perhaps it was a log or something.
His family knows that live next door.
Okay, family members that live next door and went in and discovered three bodies. After that, they pulled out our initial, again, observations. There is trauma. Again, it appears that we're seeing some evidence that this could be a case, again, of a double homicide and a suicide, but I don't want to delve too far into that until our investigators get a chance to investigate more fully, and we'll have more updates on that a little bit later. The initial information that I received is that there is a weapon that's inside the home, but again, I'm going to wait before I have more specifics about that, but it's my understanding that a weapon has been found inside the home. That possibly, it appears that it was, but again, it's still preliminary. But a weapon that it appears to have been involved in the scene has been observed inside the residence at this time.
Sheriff, some sort of relationship.
We don't know. We don't know the full connection at this point. I'm going to wait a little bit just to make sure that we tighten that up a little bit in terms of the possible relationships. We're told that two may be related, and the other person may just be an acquaintance or a friend, but we don't know that connection. And again, we want to be careful because, especially if one of the parents involved with this may be away on travel and things like that, we just want to make sure that we get a little bit more information before we can confirm more. Do we have any, when they were last seen?
Probably last night.
Possibly last night, but again, preliminary at this point still.
As far as the weapon, are we talking a blunt object, a knife, a gun? Are you able to say
A
anything?
firearm was found.
Firearm.
Yeah.
Sheriff, we're talking about three teenagers,
Mhm.
and the scene has been really tense and emotional.
Mhm.
So we have relatives, parents out there. How does that impact your approach, or does it impact the approach at a scene like this?
These are always highly charged, very emotional. We understand that. You know, our condolences go out to the family. There's a lot of moving parts in that initial response because the main thing is to also maintain the integrity of the scene for processing. At the end of the day, we want to be fact finders and make sure that you know, it's fair for everyone, and make sure that we you know, protect all evidence and things like that. And we also know it's very hard on the family members as well. And family members start getting information, and they'll you know, rumors start spreading. So we understand that it's very difficult. And so it's at the end of the day, though, we have to be professionals and process the scene and try to find the truth. And we also want to make sure that if there's a threat to the community, if we're looking for a suspect of some kind, so all those factors come into play. But anytime there's a child involved, you know, at the end of the day, we're all parents in some way and connected to young people, and it's extremely difficult when we're talking about young people.
And I know that our viewers, they're watching right now, they're interested to know what kind of weapon. Is it a pistol? Is it a hand? A long
I
gun?
can't speak to those details. There'll be ample time. We know it's a firearm. Like I said earlier, we haven't even gotten in there to really process the scene at this point. So it would be, you know, not good on my part to speak before the investigators get a chance to delve into the investigation.
Understood.
Yeah.
Any word on a possible
Yeah, I mean, we don't know the exact motive at this time. Hopefully, we'll get more information and glean more information from family members and others that may have known them to understand the dynamics. I think once we put the pieces together, motive is always something that tends to reveal itself at some point, and sometimes it makes no sense. These are all senseless at the end of the day. When you're talking about the loss of life of young people, it's tragic.
What will you be working on now, and is there any outstanding threat to the public?
No outstanding threat to the public that we know of at this point. Again, we're proceeding as if it's most likely, at first glance, to be a double murder and a suicide. But if anything changes, we'll definitely update our media partners with that information. And so right now, it's just making sure that we start rolling out an intense, follow-up investigation and scene investigation. You're talking about three bodies, and so it's coordination with the medical examiner's office and our crime scene investigation, and so it's very detailed, and you're talking about multiple pieces, so it's a little bit more complex.
Are these Crosby-area school students?
I'm not sure what school they were attending or anything like that.
But the teens were all local.
I don't even know if they're local. I'm again. I don't know their identity. Other three bodies were found. Just basic information. It appears that they are connected to this home, but at the end of the day, I don't know if they were visiting or what was going on.
And just for our accuracy,
How are your deputies handling this discovery?
Yeah, I haven't talked to the initial people that observed it. We've been talking, and again, we're just talking how, again, it's traumatic for everybody anytime young people are involved, and we want to make sure that we do a thorough investigation, especially to make sure that if it's something that we're not drawing conclusions up front, that we just be thorough. And so again, our condolences go out to all the family members.
were the bodies all found in the same part of the house, just so we're accurate in our reporting?
I think two may have been together and another one maybe separate, but inside the home. Three inside the home.
Because of the ages of these individuals, they're teenagers, is there anything that would make you believe charges may stem from this? I know it's still early, but there was a weapon and
All those things will be part of for consideration, and when you're talking about making a weapon accessible and those type of things, but at this point, I mean, we don't know. The investigation will lead to those determinations at some point if there's any other charges that are applicable on anybody. At this point, it seems to be confined to the three individuals, but if there's other things that could apply, then we'll look at those aspects as well. We leave no stone unturned. That's why we say preliminary, because we start with one thing and it may lead us somewhere else.
Sheriff, you mentioned the homeowner has been away for some time. Do you have an estimate of how?
I don't know. I just believe they were just away on a trip. I don't think it was an extended period of time necessarily, but that's just, I don't know those details other than the homeowner we were told was possibly away on a trip at this time.
No sé si tengan más preguntas de ellos en inglés, pero me gustaría si puede hacer comentarios en español sobre los detalles que nos ha estado compartiendo.
Sí, ¿cuál pregunta en
En
específico?
específico sobre que el dueño de la casa no estaba ahí, cómo encontraron estos cuerpos.
Como mencioné anteriormente, llegó alguien, descubrieron los cuerpos y nos llamaron, y es cuando llegamos y encontramos a tres personas. Ya mencioné las edades. No tenemos más detalles sobre lo que apenas vamos a comenzar la investigación. Pensamos que la dueña o el dueño de la casa en este momento está en viaje. Hay otros familiares alrededor que están llegando a la escena, pero en este momento no sabemos la conexión de todos en este momento. Nosotros nos vamos a enfocar principalmente en la investigación de la escena y veremos a dónde nos lleva la investigación. Pero en este momento parece que son dos personas que fueron asesinadas y una tercera persona que se suicidió aquí adentro de la casa.
¿Y cómo se dio el descubrimiento?
Alguien vino a tratar de localizarlos, parece que no habían contestado el teléfono y llegaron a checar, y es cuando entraron a la casa y los encontraron a los cuerpos, sin vida.
Cuando habla del trauma que sufrieron estas personas, ¿se refiere a disparos? ¿Hay un arma involucrada?
Hay un arma que encontramos, pero no sabemos, nos imaginamos, parece que es con disparo, pero va a ser una investigación forénsica que va a determinar exactamente cómo murieron, porque no puedes determinar que los tres recibieron heridas de arma o si disparos o si fue otro tipo de trauma. Eso va a ser parte de nuestra investigación.
Obviamente esto involucra a tres jóvenes. Estamos hablando de una situación especialmente difícil, ¿no? ¿Ustedes cómo manejan toda esa situación? No es la primera vez esta semana, estas últimas semanas.
Siempre hay mucho trauma porque al final del día nosotros llegamos, somos profesionales, vamos al trabajo, pero entendemos que son seres humanos que para siempre van a estar impactados por estas escenas. Alguien perdió un ser querido es mucho trauma esta situación y también nosotros somos padres, tenemos familia, es algo que tenemos que procesar en una manera de que no nos impacte a largo plazo.
Sheriff, did all three victims have gunshot wounds?
I don't know the exact nature of the wounds. A firearm was found there, but that'll be part of the forensic investigation by the Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences. There is signs of trauma. It's believed to have been from a firearm, but I don't know the exact nature of the wounds for all three, and some could have just blunt force trauma. I don't know yet.
Thank you. Thank you, Sheriff.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.